keep the bike on a trickle charger. I have it on the battery. It's a Noco lithium battery, less than half the weight of the stock battery. The engine is cold. Here, ice cold. If your phone accepts super fast charging, like the Samsung Galaxies, it'll fast charge it, super fast charging. If not, it'll do regular charge or fast charging. Also, you can turn this off and on. Shows the battery voltage. Let's fire it up. It only has 2,242 miles, full tank of fuel. I've got the shock absorber mount for your cell phone, quad mount. This is for the horn. You can take this off or leave it on. I like it because when you got gloves on, you're not trying to fidget around to try to find the horn button. You just know it's right there, like that. All right, let's fire it up. So that's just a quick cold startup video. Bike is awesome. I'm gonna pull it outside in the sun and I'll take a bunch of pictures. I also have the fog lights. It's all LED lighting. See if I can get it for you. That's the low beam, high beam, low beam. Fog light switches right here. The red switch. You have the yellow. Turn it off, turn it on. White. Turn it off, turn it on. It's white and yellow. Turn it off, turn it on. And it strobes white and yellow. And it is extremely bright. You could turn the headlights off and just run from the fog lights. And the way I have them set up is the fog lights cover the blind spot from the headlight, because the headlight is basically one beam, so there's a lot of dark spot up under it. Don't get me wrong, the headlight is really bright for being one LED or LED bulb. It's very bright. You don't have to run the fog lights, but I do because why not? It's a motorcycle. The more you can be seen, the better, right? But yeah, with the high beams on and with the fog lights on, you're talking, it's bright. It's almost as bright as my truck. You don't need anything else, just those. And they use little to no power. And that lithium battery is awesome. Alright, so we'll turn these off. Turn that off. See there, engine's still cold. The ABS will blink until you get rolling. For anybody that's not familiar with that, I think it's 5 miles per hour or above, then the ABS will cut off because it's not going fast enough to read it. So if you go to start up and see the ABS blinking, then that's why. I've got the fog lights. Let's see, factory wheels, factory brakes. Let's see, the bigger foot, kickstand foot pad, whatever you call it. I mentioned the trickle charger. Just put the cap back on and it hides up under here. I've got the little sliders here I also have the bag. Has a little compartment up here. The bag opens up. You can also, when you're not using the bag, pull on these. If you're not using it for a helmet, you pull on the straps and you tighten it up, and it'll collapse it down. If you're running just like a couple water bottles in there or whatever, something small, you can collapse it down, or you can loosen all these up and it'll expand up and it'll be enough for the helmet. This is also where I keep my paperwork. Unscrew this. You have your paperwork, little small toolkit, some extra zip ties just in case, and it's watertight. That's on there. I have an extra brake light that charges here from USB-C. It's a smart brake light, so it senses when the bike's moving forward. When you hit the brakes, it'll sense it moving forward, and it'll brighten up the light by itself. Or you can set it to where it'll stay on a constant setting, either low, medium, or high. That exhaust is extremely, not super loud, but it's very, very throaty. It opens it up quite a bit. I also have a cup holder. It does not move at all. It'll hold a bottle of water just fine. It's just clamped onto the crash bars. I have crash bar sliders. I also have crash bars around it. If you see that, it goes around the front and all the way on the other side. I mean, it's mounted to the frame. I don't know if you can tell, but she's not going anywhere. Like it. Like she is solid, mounted to the frame. It mounts back here. It mounts to the frame here. It also has built-in sliders. She's not going anywhere. That by itself is about $380 plus shipping, so $400. I have the hand guards. I wasn't quite sure about these, but now that I have them, huge difference when it's riding in cold weather. I also have a whole bunch of spare parts. I have another windshield that clips on up here that goes higher. I have another bar that you can mount if you wanted to. You can mount to this if you need some extra mounting for whatever. For the serious buyer, I will include as much stuff as I can find, because I've got quite a bit of stuff laying around. I do have the seat, obviously. The seat's right here. I also have a seat cover that I never put on. I've got a tank saddlebag that I run sometimes. I also still have the pannier side bags right here. If anybody wants those, I do have those, but I normally run it without it. And there's enough room in each one that you can put the helmet in, but I normally run it without it. The fuel mileage, I'm probably sitting at a consistent 58 to 59 miles per gallon. And even with the side panniers, it drops down to about 57. So you get about the same fuel mileage with or without the fuel. Not the fuel, but the side bags. Now let's disconnect this and I'll pull it outside. I'll get some much better video and photos of it. The reason I'm selling it is I'm getting ready to move and I'm not going to take it with me. This is also, you can take the bag off. It's also a metal rack. The metal rack mounts up here. It's mounted, bolted. She's not going anywhere. On top of that, I have anybody that's looking to go on long trips. I have these gas cans that can mount to the frame. You can mount it to the side if you need. I've seen some videos where people mount them up here in the front.